Imagine you're in a relationship, whether with a friend, partner, or even a family member, and you constantly feel guilty, small, or confused. You know something is wrong, but you can't quite pinpoint it. What if you're currently a victim of emotional manipulation? In this video, I'll show you how to recognize emotional manipulation, what the typical techniques of manipulators are. Watch the video till the end, and I will show you how to protect yourself from this psychological trap, whether in personal relationships or in the workplace. We are all potential targets. Let's find out how you can shield yourself. Part 1. What is emotional manipulation? Emotional manipulation is a type of influence aimed at controlling another person's thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's about gaining power and control over you in subtle but destructive ways. Some key points are: manipulators use your emotions against you. Guilt, fear, doubt, and shame to make you dependent, insecure, or weak for their own advantage. Examples of emotional manipulation: gaslighting, trying to make you doubt your own perception. Blame shifting, constant accusations to make you feel guilty. Love bombing, excessive affection to catch you emotionally, followed by sudden distance. Part 2. The most common tactics of manipulators. The manipulator makes you doubt your own perception and reality. You hear things like, "I never said that," or "You're just imagining things." Over time, you start questioning if you're seeing clearly. Here, an example. Imagine you confront someone about an issue that has been bothering you for a long time. Instead of showing understanding, they respond, "You're always exaggerating. That never happened." This unsettles you and makes you doubt your own perception. Blame shifting. Manipulators twist the situation so you constantly feel guilty. No matter what you do, it seems never to be enough. You feel responsible for the other person's unhappiness and continually try to make amends. Example: your partner repeatedly says, "If you really loved me, you'd do XYZ." This puts you in a position where you're always justifying yourself and placing their needs above your own. Constant victimhood. Here, the manipulator portrays themselves as the eternal victim to gain sympathy and attention. By making you believe you're the cause of their suffering, they control your behavior. Example: "I'm so disappointed in you. You know I'm going through a tough time, but you don't care at all." Emotional blackmail. A classic example: "If you do that, I'll leave," or "If you break up with me, I'll hurt myself." These are extreme cases, but it's often more subtle, like, "If you don't do what I want, I'll emotionally withdraw." Part 3. How to recognize emotional manipulation. When you notice one or more of these symptoms, it's time to look closer. Warning signs: constant self-doubt. You regularly question your own decisions and perceptions. Feeling of inadequacy. No matter how hard you try, it seems never enough. Fear of conflict. You're afraid to bring things up because you worry about upsetting the manipulator or feeling guilty. Fluctuating moods. You feel emotionally drained and are walking on eggshells emotionally. Example: you want to cancel plans with a friend because you're truly exhausted, but internally you're overwhelmed with guilt because you think you might hurt their feelings. If this happens frequently, you might be manipulated. Part 4. Strategies to avoid and defend against emotional manipulation. Now that you know the tactics and signs, let's talk about how you can protect yourself. Set clear boundaries. One of the best ways to prevent manipulation is to set and enforce clear boundaries. Manipulators often test how far they can push. By standing firm, you take away their power. Example: "I'm not going to engage in this type of conversation. If you're willing to stay factual, we can continue talking." Self-reflection and mindfulness. Regularly ask yourself, "Why do I feel guilty right now? Have I been emotionally manipulated? Am I acting of my own free will or because I feel pressured?" This kind of self-reflection helps you recognize manipulation attempts early. Document conversations and situations. If you find yourself in situations where things often seem twisted, it might be helpful to keep notes. This gives you concrete evidence if you feel manipulated. Seek help. Don't hesitate to consult trusted individuals or a therapist if you're unsure. Sometimes an outside perspective can be very helpful. Cut off contact. In extreme cases, when someone is emotionally abusive and constantly violates your boundaries, cutting off contact can be a healthy decision. Part 5. Conclusion: your protection against emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is often subtle, but it can cause significant damage if we don't recognize it early enough. The most important thing you can do is listen to your gut feeling and never feel bad about distancing yourself from people who exploit you emotionally. Stay true to yourself, set healthy boundaries, and don't hesitate to say no when something doesn't serve you. No one has the right to emotionally manipulate you, and you have the power to protect yourself. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to not miss any videos.